Welcome to The Conscious You, a channel where all that is unseen becomes conscious. Here, we dive into the depths of the mystical, the metaphysical, and the spiritual aspects of human existence, all with one goal in mind: to expand our awareness and elevate our consciousness. Today's topic is one that has puzzled, inspired, and terrified humanity for centuries. It's a question so simple, yet so layered. Does heaven and hell really exist? We're not here to provide dogma or rigid belief systems. We're here to explore, to invite inquiry, reflection, and perhaps even remembrance. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and open your heart and mind. This journey is just beginning. From a very young age, many of us are introduced to the idea of heaven and hell. In most cultures and religions, they're presented as destinations, one of eternal reward, the other of eternal punishment. A moral compass imposed by divine judgment. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, where did these ideas really come from? And more importantly, what if heaven and hell aren't places at all? What if they're states of consciousness? You see, the fear of death, the ultimate unknown, has driven humanity to create stories. Stories that help us cope with what we cannot see. But what if death is not the end? What if it's merely a transition? In ancient traditions, from the Egyptian Book of the Dead to the Tibetan Bardo Thodol, death was never seen as final. Instead, it was understood as a passage into another state of being. And this state is largely shaped by the soul's journey and the level of consciousness we've cultivated during our time here on Earth. Let's zoom in for a moment on life itself. Right now, you're breathing, you're aware. But what is it that's truly animating your body? Is it the body that enables the soul to exist? Or is it the soul that breathes life into the body? It's a question that mirrors the classic chicken or the egg paradox. Which came first? And yet, maybe it's not about which came first, but about how deeply interconnected the two truly are. The body is like a finely tuned instrument, but without the musician, without the soul, it makes no music. Our consciousness, our soul, is not just some abstract idea. It is the very essence that allows us to feel, to think, to be. And when the soul chooses to leave, the body no longer functions. The breath ceases. Life, as we know it in this dimension, ends. But the journey of the soul continues. Now here's something that challenges conventional thinking. Before we incarnate, before we are even born, our soul designs a blueprint. This is known as a soul plan. It includes key life experiences, people will meet, challenges we'll face, and lessons we're here to learn. Some experiences are beautiful, others may be painful, but all of them are purposeful. This doesn't mean we don't have free will. We absolutely do. But it means our soul came here with intent, to expand, to evolve, to remember who we truly are. And within that plan are what we call exit points. Moments, sometimes subtle, sometimes dramatic, where the soul may choose to leave this lifetime. These moments aren't random. They align with the soul's progress, the lessons it came here to master. As long as the soul needs to exist in this dimension, it must do so within a body. But once the contract is complete, the body is no longer needed. So what happens after death? What truly awaits on the other side? The moment we transition, the moment the soul leaves the body, we awaken into a reality that is both familiar and unfamiliar. It's like waking up from a dream, only to realize this was the dream all along. Many who have had near-death experiences speak of an overwhelming sense of peace, of oneness, of being unconditionally loved. They often describe seeing light, meeting guides, or reuniting with loved ones. But beyond the poetic imagery lies something deeply profound: the soul review. Imagine this. You are shown every experience, every interaction, every choice you made in your lifetime, but not from your perspective, from the perspective of everyone else involved. You feel what they felt. You witness how your actions impacted others, the joy you created, the pain you caused, the healing you offered, the love you gave or withheld. This is not punishment. There is no judge, no external deity condemning or rewarding. You are simply shown the truth through the lens of universal empathy. And in that moment, heaven and hell are revealed. Because when you feel the joy you brought to others, you experience heaven. And when you feel the sorrow or harm you caused, you experience hell. But again, these aren't places. They're states of being, reflections of your soul's vibrational alignment or dissonance with love. Everything we do creates ripples. Our words, our actions, our energy, they extend far beyond what we can see. When you speak kindness into someone's heart, that energy may ripple into their day, their week, their entire life. When you act out of fear or anger, that too echoes through the field of consciousness. The soul review helps us see these ripples, not as reward or punishment, but as truth. This is where personal responsibility meets cosmic awareness. Not guilt, not shame, but a deeper understanding of cause and effect. This is how we evolve, how we expand, how we choose to return, to live more consciously next time. For many souls, one lifetime is just the beginning. After transitioning, some may choose to reincarnate, to return again into a new body, a new family, a new set of lessons, not out of punishment, but out of desire to continue growing, learning, loving. Some lessons take multiple lifetimes to truly master: patience, forgiveness, compassion, self-love. Each incarnation is an opportunity, each life a sacred classroom. And with each experience, our consciousness expands until we remember fully who we are, not just human beings, but divine souls, co-creating this reality. Part of the reason we fear hell is because we believe in separation. We believe we are separate from each other, separate from God, from Source, from the universe. But this separation is the great illusion. In truth, we are all interconnected, all expressions of the same source energy, all fragments of one divine consciousness, experiencing itself through countless forms. When we cause harm to another, we are, in essence, harming ourselves. When we uplift another, we rise with them. This understanding collapses the need for judgment, because heaven and hell are not decisions handed down to us. They are energies we align with through how we live and love. Interestingly, even modern science is beginning to touch upon concepts long known by ancient wisdom traditions. Quantum physics tells us that energy never dies, it only transforms. Consciousness, too, may not be confined to the brain, but exist as a field we tune into. Research into near-death experiences, out-of-body awareness, and the continuity of memory in children who recall past lives all suggest that there is more to us than we can see. Perhaps, just perhaps, the veil between this life and the next is not as thick as we once believed. So what does all this mean for you, here and now? It means that your life matters. Your choices matter. The energy you bring to each moment matters. Because whether or not heaven and hell exist as places, your consciousness is always shaping your experience. The more love you embody, the more heaven you create, both for yourself and others. The more fear and disconnection you embody, the more inner hell you may experience. But here's the most beautiful truth. You always have the power to choose. In every moment, you can align with compassion. You can return to presence. You can heal. You can remember. And that conscious choice, is the real path to liberation. So, does heaven and hell really exist? Maybe not as places on a map, but perhaps they exist as reflections of our soul's resonance, as experiences we feel deeply during our soul's review, as states of being we create and carry through lifetimes. The purpose of exploring these mysteries isn't to convince, it's to awaken, to help you remember that you are far more than your body, far more than your thoughts. You are consciousness itself, timeless, eternal, and always evolving. So live with love, live with presence, live with the awareness that every action echoes through eternity. Thank you for walking this path with us. If this video moved you, inspired you, or gave you a new perspective, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your truth. Until next time, stay conscious, stay curious, stay true to the light within you, and thank you for watching.